Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from. This is NNAMDI Kanu Freedom Media Communications. The questions are, why are ECOWAS community states are coming to meet Tinubu in Nigeria over NNAMDI Kanu's case? Imprisonment, unnecessary imprisonment, illegitimate imprisonment. Then again, why is ICC, International Criminal Court, ICJ, International Court of Justice, are questioning OMOTOSHO'S credentials and pedigree over an illegal judgment delivered on NNAMDI Kanu? Why is the United States of America much interested on Kanu's case? They are coming to Nigeria to reverse Kanu's imprisonment. These are the questions we are going to treat today. One, Kenya has actually sued Nigeria, taking Nigerian matter to International Criminal Court. For how many months now have been inviting Nigeria to meet them at ICC, International Criminal Court? And why is Nigeria refused honoring Kenya's invitation at ICC? That is a big question. You know, it was under Kenyatta Uhuru's administration that Kanu was bundled, boggled, kidnapped, abducted at Nairobi, Kenya into Nigeria. These are questions very rhetoric and also, prevailing. This time around that Kanu has been subjected to inhuman treatment, in Nigeria. The case of NNAMDI Kanu actually sprang up from 2021, June to be precise, when Kanu was kidnapped, abducted at Nairobi Airport, Kenya, brought into Nigeria by the administration of Muhammadu Buhari, under the watch of an attorney general, a tribal bigot, an attorney general that is not even qualified enough to head a magistrate court, by the person of Abubakar Malami, AGF, who is right now cooling his head off at DSS facilities, Abuja. These are questions before everyone in Nigeria to answer. Why is Malami allowed such impunity, such illegality, such illegal perpetration by a government under his own watch? It is nothing but because of tribalism. It is nothing but because of tribal antagonism. Malami, a Fulani man from North, allows such illegality took place because of hate he has for Ibo man. Biafra Nation agitation ticking up from 2014 till date. NNAMDI Kanu has never ever reclined or restrained or declined from questioning emancipation of Republic of Biafra. That's why such hate was actually billowed when they tracked him, followed him to Kenya, and illegally renditioned him into Nigeria. That is what is ongoing right now, going on in Biafra land, going on in abroad. Every Igbo American are so much interested on Kanu case, which was why yesterday Igbo delegates, American delegates, they paid him courtesy visit, at Sokoto prison. They were allowed to have interaction with him, and Kanu keep on telling his visitors, telling the white visitors, his Igbo men visitors, to calm down and be patient. Instead of his visitors visiting people, calming him down, Kanu, get patience, don't worry. Kanu is the one telling his visitors, his Igbo brothers, his white companions, never to worry, to calm down. That time for his freedom is fast approaching. The American delegates are white and black. They actually paid him visit at Sokoto prison, and he was still calming them down. ICC is much interested and worried over Kanu's case, a case that was read in the court. It was too obvious that it was a script written by Aso Rock cabals. They are the one that wrote what OMOTOSHO'S read in the court of law to prison, to jail NNAMDI Kanu, to bring his agitation for emancipation of Prince of Africa, Biafra, to an abrupt halt. And he read it in the court and the whole world was listening. And what happened now is that International Criminal Court is coming for a reversion, to revisit, to reverse that illegal, wicked judgment delivered by James OMOTOSHO. A man whose credential is questionable is put on test right now because from all indications, OMOTOSHO could never have been a good lawyer, let alone graduating into senior advocate. That's why ICC is questioning his credentials, his legal certificates, and his legal pedigree, and let me say, integrity is on the line here. He has left no legacy anymore for his children, for Nigeria, for his admirers, for his classmates, even his contemporaries in the university. OMOTOSHO has proven that he has never gone to a competent law school, an institution that could at least graduate Nigerians into, legal, let me say, giants abroad. We could not at least depend on somebody like this to work for Nigerians in abroad and make, money for Nigerian nation. Of course, I know we don't actually capitalize on human, material, or resources, but OMOTOSHO could never have been a good defender of law. Which school did he attend? Is it Enugu Law School, established by Chimaro Kennamane, #1 in Nigeria? Which school, which law school did OMOTOSHO graduate from? The entire ICC, International Criminal Court institution, were chopped on 20th November when OMOTOSHO just came in and read a script over a man who was fighting for self-determination, NNAMDI Kanu. Kanu was illegally sentenced. He did not read law in a very competent law school or institution. That's why he was manipulated. He was made a stooge, a puppet to the office of Nigerian presidency. Tinubu was the one, Tinubu's office, they wrote it. Bayo Ononuga was there, Bajabia Mila was there, his media spokesperson was there, They just conspired against an Igbo man who is agitating for his emancipation in this incomplete federal structure. An Igbo man was marginalized from 1970 till date, over-manipulated, over-rejected from the national leadership by the Yoruba, Fulani, Janjaweeds. They could not include Igbos. They always run a government of national exclusion. That's why the Igbo man, represented by NNAMDI Kanu, is doing what he's doing. What he actually did that brought Biafra to limelight for over a decade plus now was that Kanu took it upon himself using his connection to make the whole world actually know what is happening in Nigeria about Igbo man. I don't know why OMOTOSHO was used by some persons to truncate NNAMDI Kanu's agitation. And anyway, the illegal imprisonment or jail tenure or life sentence still has announced Kanu to the world popularity the more. Kanu has become more popular since inception of his life jail tenure on 20th November. Kanu's popularity is blowing to the bright blue sky. America, Israel, Canada, even the wicked UK is now celebrating NNAMDI Kanu, who actually rejected bribes, physical cash, oil wells, every time they consult him, meeting him, convincing him to accept incentives. Kanu said no. It is either Biafra or death. Wow, what a great guy. We are seeing this Igbo man rejecting bribe that could not have rejected by any other Igbo man before. We are seeing this young Igbo man rejecting amount of billions, 800 billions, 5 oil wells that even all Jews of Kanu could not have rejected. We are seeing Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, rejecting oil blocks, bribery in trillions and billions that even Rochas or Korocha could not have rejected. Even Oji Kalo, the deputy speaker in the House of Rep, could not have rejected. Even Raf Wazulike, the man that actually agitated for Biafra in the past, could not have rejected. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has actually stunted a great prize, a great pride, a great surprise for Igbo man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has actually written the name of Igbo man on a platter of gold. This is what has never happened before. In the history of this country, they actually believe that if Igbo man is dying and you throw a coin at him, he's going to open his eyes and what? Become or come alive. Today we've seen an Igbo man that is better than anybody. He's better than Hausa man. He's better than the so-called Yoruba man. Igbo collected 60 billion. OMOTOSHO'S collected his billions and wrote no sense and judged no sense in the court of law. Kanu rejected 80 billion, rejected oil wells, rejected many states, oil-producing states to go with and leave Nigeria alone. He still said, no, I will be agitating further. Kanu was the reason why Biafra was declared in Finland. When Kanu was with DSS, at DSS facilities, Biafra declaration was made at Sibelius Square, Jean Sibelius Square in Finland. Kanu is a great phenomenon in Africa, a Pan-Africanist, a great achiever. He is leading millions of Igbos, Yorubas, Hausas, millions of Africans, other tribes in Kenya are following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu is a great media man right now. If Kanu speaks within 1 hour, he is going to have 400 million people following him. Just listen to Kanu. Kanu is a great man. Kanu is being enjoyed by millions in Australia, millions in Brazil, millions in the UK. What about Germany, Austria? Kanu is having millions of followers all over Europe. That's a great Igbo man. And I'm telling you that United States of America is not taking it easy with Nigeria right now. Kanu's ordeal is one of the reasons why United States President said Nigeria is a country of particular concern. Because of the kind of judgment delivered on Kanu, against Kanu, America is not having it easy with Nigeria right now. And with America penciling Nigeria as one of the terrorist countries in the world, Kanu's issue plays an important role. Nigeria is a country of particular concern, meaning that our sovereignty, Nigeria's sovereignty, is gone down and is gone forever. American strike in Sokoto's forest. Kanu issue still plays an important role. America has actually named Nigeria as a terrorist country. Kanu Mazi is a phenomenon. It's just, ravaging the entire world stage on social media, in and outside media, in and outside media. Kanu is the major topic. We are seeing a great Igbo man here who has baffled humanity. He has actually done what no Igbo man has done whatsoever. In the past, Ojukwu used guns and most of his father's wealth to fight Biafra. But currently, we have seen a man that has used his biro and oratory rendition. Kanu is a great historian, is an anthropologist. Kanu is a great intellectual. And we have seen a man who is still winning and winning and winning. Kenya is sending Nigeria to ICC. ECOWAS court is coming with all the delegates of constituents of Economic Community of West African States. They are coming to meet James OMOTOSHO to revise this case. It is not ended there. United States of America is coming to actually know why Kanu was illegally jailed. And this is what is bringing this analysis. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Freedom Media Communications, to an end. But tomorrow, we are going to meet at this point to discuss about Kanu's ordeal in Nigeria. Thank you for watching. Subscribe from my YouTube channel. Like, hit notification bell, you can still come down to comment section and discuss with me. Subscribe. Subscribe. Thank you so much. My name still remains Ralph Tresvant. Ralph Mbochi.